Shmiras Einayim brings clarity and it brings Simcha. And therefore it's the number one avodah and it's the number one tikkun. And if you see that the Yetzer Hara is trying so strongly to be Poigam Einayim, then you realize how important it is. I had a story recently with a boy in Eshat Torah, and Eshat Torah is mamish in the old city by the Koisel, and to walk through the old city today is such an nisoyin of Shmiras Einayim. It's such narrow alleys, and you can have hundreds of tourists, of Goyish tourists walking there. You see the Samach Mem, the Sultan is trying so hard. I said to him, if you walk through the old city and you walk through with your eyes down, you're going to have such an aliyah in your avodas Hashem, and you're going to have such simcha in avodas Hashem. And he came back a few hours later and he said in his life he never experienced such an aliyah in avodas Hashem. With that, he had such a simcha from this Shmiras Einayim. The Heilige Baba Meir, Rabbi Meir Abu Chatzera, when he moved from Morocco to Eretz Yisrael, we're talking about decades and decades and decades ago, and when he came to the airport, Ben Gurion Airport, which obviously wasn't then like it is today, he made a Tanis Dibur for 2 years, so they had to walk through the airport, and he was Choshesh, Chashash of Shmiras Einayim. And it's the same Baba Meir that I heard from Rabbi David, Lahavd Mechaim L'chaim, Rabbi David Abu Chatzera, Shemarach Yom HaMashanim, said that Maisa that came to his father that there's an Israeli boy that ran away, they couldn't find him, the Interpol and the Shin Bet, nobody could find him. And the Rebbe says, I see him. He's hiding in a different country. He was in London. He says, I see him in that place. His Einayim were Einayim that could go misoifa olam at soifa. And therefore he was always besimcha. He had the Kedusha Einayim. That's why it's called Shmiras Einayim. Only something that is so valuable you have to guard. You only guard something that's priceless, something that's so valuable. When a Yid came to the Beis HaMikdash in the Gimel Regalim, the Zman Simcha Seinu was coming because when you came inside the Beis HaMikdash, you came to a makom of clarity, you came to a makom of Simcha. Hashem should help us that we should be Zocha in these last moments of Galus. Everybody should be makabel upon himself, that if he spends a day, 2 days, just to get the feeling what it is to be Shomer Einayim, and to assess how much he's grown, he'll see that he's in a different world. And in that we should be Zocha Metz Hashem, to be Oila L'Regel, and to bring up a Korban Re'iyah, to be a Oilas Re'iyah, and to be reunited to all Klal Yisrael and Metz Hashem and Noichal min Azvachim and Apsachim this year b'mher Rabbi Yameinu Amen v'Amen.